Hello everybody, how you all doing? My name is Raffle and welcome to today's video. A couple of days ago I posted this video that you see right now on your screens. In that video I pretty much share with you guys the best ways to farm SHD levels. One of the best ways, I think it was in the top 5 methods or top 5 farms, were the Resource Convoys. There are actually higher rewarding farms. For example, elite Resource Convoys, so Roarhounds will reward you with more XP than a normal Resource Convoy. However, there are far more Resource Convoys on the map at any given moment than Warhounds and elite Resource Convoys. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 convoys. Not a single elite. 9 actually, not a single elite Resource Convoy or not a single Warhound convoy. So going after the Resource Convoys on Heroic with 5 directives will almost always give you 1 level. It might not be 1 level, might be 98% of an SHD level, it might be a little bit more than 1 level, but on average you will get at least 1 SHD level when you complete those. Now having 5 directives, however, can be a little bit difficult to play. As you can see here right now, the directives that are enabled are the cool skills, Fog of War, no regeneration, Pistolero, and special ammo. Now special ammo, no regen, and Fog of War are very easy, nothing too challenging about them. However, the Pistolero, which pretty much means that you start with no ammo and you get ammo only from killing enemies with your pistol. You start with no ammo on your primary weapons. Apologies, I should have made that clear. So the only way to get ammo for your primary weapons is to get kills with your pistols. And the cool skills, when one skill is activated, the other is put on a cooldown. So I decided, share with you my favorite build when it comes to clearing Resource Convoys on Heroic difficulty with 5 directives on. Because we will not have ammo on our primaries, we need a lot of status effect. That's at least the way I'm going with. I don't know if there are better builds. I don't know if this is the best build. I doubt it is. However, it is something that I've been using for quite some time now. I really enjoy it and I think that you guys are going to enjoy it as well. So let's jump into the build. Starting off, because we want status effect, we're playing with fire. We have the Firestarter Chem Lancer and the Fire Sticky Bomb, as you can see over here. Now, we're going to talk about the skills later on the video, because there is some important things that you should know about them. But let's get into the actual build first. As you can see, we're going with 4 Eclipse Protocol pieces. Eclipse Protocol will give me plus 15% status effect, 15% skill haste, and 30% hazard protection. At 4 pieces, we will get the indirect transmission. Your status effects now spread on kill to all enemies within 10 meters and refresh 50% of the duration. That's the big reason why we're using the Eclipse Protocol, because as soon as we kill somebody with a status effect on him, that status effect will transfer to all nearby enemies. Now, if we use the backpack, we get the Symptom Aggravator talent. Amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 30%. That will pretty much guarantee that all damage we do to enemies, even our weapon damage, will be amplified by 30% if they have a status effect on them, because all of them are going to be burning. My pistol damage, my weapon damage is going to amplified by 30%, which is going to help me take down those enemies faster. If we go to the chest piece, we see that it has the Proliferation talent, increases indirect transmission range from 10 to 15 meters, which helps with spreading the status effect on kill. And then it also refreshes the percentage of the status effect from 50 to 75%. So pretty much helps with having enemies burning for a longer duration. All my core attributes are skill tiers and all my normal attributes are status effects. As you can see here, status effect because we want the duration of the fire to be as long as possible. Something very interesting is that the gear mode, if we go to the skill duration gear modes, where are they? There we go. That gear mode over here, skill duration, does not increase your status effect duration. That's why I decided to go with skill haste on my gear modes instead of skill duration. Now, moving on, I'm also using the exotic Vial Mask because it has a very interesting talent on it. Again, it has a core attribute of +1 skill tier, status effect, hazard protection, whatever, we cannot change that. And then it has a very interesting talent. Toxic Delivery. Status effects also apply a damage overtime debuff for 10 seconds. Total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade damage and increased by your status effect attributes. So all those status effect attributes that we have on all our pieces are also gonna increase toxic deliveries damage. My last piece is the Picaro's holster. I wanted to have some extra weapon damage for my pistol, and that's why I decided to go with the Picaro's holster. We get the 10% skill haste, 1 skill tier as its core attribute, and then the 15% weapon damage. If you want to go all crazy with burning enemies, golden gear piece will be a better option, because you get the 10% status effect from the branched bonus, and you can also get an extra status effect roll over here. So if I use this piece, my status effects are gonna be increased by 20%, and you can get an attribute of skill haste or skill damage to help you even more. However, I wanted my pistol to hit a little bit harder, so I went with a Picaro's holster. I'm certain though that this piece over here will help you burn enemies for longer and for more damage. Now, when it comes to the weapons, I want to be very clear. In case you don't want to use the Pistolero directive, this directive over here, right? Your best bet would be to change your Pyromaniac to the Capacitor, because you will deal much more damage, right? And you will not be forced to use your pistol, because your Capacitor will always have ammo on it. Capacitor getting 7.5% weapon damage from its skill tier means that it is like having pretty much, we have 6 skill tiers over here, it is like having 3 red core attributes on it. If we go to the shooting range, I can actually show you the difference in the damage, but then I will also show you how much the Pyromaniac hits with the busy little bee stacks. So obviously I've taken off the directive that gives me no ammo for my primaries, because I wouldn't be able to do all the testing. So the Capacitor right now hits for 178k, and the Pyromaniac will hit much lower than that at just 119, as you can see. So not great, right? However, here is where things get really interesting. If we, let me change the Capacitor, let me get the busy little bee, right? We're gonna start our engagement using our busy little bee, because we will not be able to, you know, shoot with anything else, because we will not have enough, we will not have any bullets on our other weapons, right? So right now, I have 10 stacks, right? I'm gonna burn, gonna apply fire, gonna change my Pyromaniac. Boom, 582. Busy Little Bee is very nice to use in this build, because each shot to a different target will give you 1 stack, up to 10 stacks in total. Each stack will give you 20% weapon damage increase. Stacks will activate once the agent switches weapons and will last for 10 seconds. So let's say you cleared your first convoy, right? You killed a couple of enemies with the Busy Little Bee. You got yourself some ammo for your primaries. Going on to the second convoy, you can start burning the enemies, and you can get as many stacks as possible. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get 10 stacks, because convoys don't come with 10 enemies, but they come with 3, 4, 5 enemies at max. So you'll have 4, 5 stacks, and then you actually apply fire, and then you change to your Pyromaniac, and your Pyromaniac has, let's say you have 5 stacks, you get 100% extra weapon damage from the Busy Little Bee, and you also deal plus 25% weapon damage to burning enemies, so your damage is actually boosted quite a lot. So even though the Capacitor originally looks like a better idea, like it will do more damage and things like that, at the end of the day, Pyromaniac comes out on top if you use it with the Busy Little Bee. Now, the last thing I want to talk about in this video and about this build is that, as I told you earlier, we're using this directive, cool skills. When one skill is activated, the other is put on a cooldown. That means that if I use my sticky bomb, then my chem lancer loses all its charges and goes on a cooldown. Don't mind the numbers that you see right now. Those numbers are so low because I'm talking about the cooldown numbers here because I'm in the shooting range and, you know, you have super high skill haste over here. So as you saw, I use my sticky bomb and all my Chem Lancer charges gone. Boom, you lost them. However, what's very interesting about the Chem Lancer is that, as you can see right now, I have 4 charges. I use it and only my sticky goes on a cooldown. As soon as I pull out my Chem Lancer, you will see the sticky will go on a cooldown. Boom, the cooldown. However, the Chem Lancer doesn't go on a cooldown. So basically, if you start a convoy with 6 charges on your Chem Lancer, even though you have the cool skills directive, you will be able to use that Chem Lancer throughout the entire convoy, and you will not have to worry about cooldowns and things like that. Now, if I go, let me teleport outside of the base of operations in order to see the difference in the cooldowns, because that's actually quite important. If you do the mistake and use your sticky bomb, you will have your Chem Lancer go on a huge cooldown of 20 or 20 something seconds, when you could just use your Chem Lancer and have no cooldowns holding you back, right? So as you can see, 8 charges here. I pull out my Chem Lancer, sticky bomb goes on a 18-second cooldown. Can keep spamming my Chem Lancer, right? However, let me get my sticky bomb back. You see I have 4 charges on the Chem Lancer 5. Now as soon as I pull out my sticky, boom. Chem Lancer goes on a cooldown, and after the cooldown I will only get 1 charge, not all 8 of them. So, big tip, do not use the sticky bomb, use only the Chem Lancer. So that's it pretty much. If you want to go full fire, let me actually do a test and see how much more damage we do with our fire and with our Vial Mask, because the Vial Mask is also going to get an extra 20% status effect, which increases its damage. So with the Pico's holster, my Chem Lancer does about 288k and my Vial does 82k, right? Not terrible, right? It's not bad. I've been playing with the Pico's holster. All the clips you saw were with the Pico's holster, and I was very happy with how the build worked. However, if we change the golden gear piece, so we were doing 288 and 82k. Now we do 321 and 84. So that's a big difference in the fire damage. Mostly the status effect damage. The Vial Mask hasn't been increased that much. However, the Chem Lancer has been increased by a lot. 40k. Not bad, right? So decide whatever you like. Make sure you use the BZB and the Pyromaniac to their fullest, and you will have no worries, no issues cleaning convoys on heroic difficulty with 5 directives. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more content. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye. Oh, something I forgot. Specialization, firewall, obviously, for the 20% burn duration. That over here is huge. And something that can save your ass is this over here. Fury response on armor break, apply burn to enemies within 5 meters. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.